G'day folks, I just wanted to quickly talk about mods done to date, one I did over the weekend, and potentially look for some advice on mods moving forward. Some of the things that I've done to date, and certainly one of the first ones I did within 24 hours of receiving it, put the Vorsteiner grill in there. Also made these custom inserts. It's the titanium inserts, which I've got a video on if you want to check it out. Put the carbon fibre brake ducts, put a fairly basic splitter in here because the car's lowered, so therefore I didn't want to scratch it and be regretful for putting something decent in. What did I do? Air ducts, put the ceramic coating on it, lowered the car with AST Haas suspension, also put in those Koya wheels. For those who ask, and there's a few who keep asking, it's the PMF 05 V1s. Now with lowering it, I also had to put in the inner front guards over there to make sure that it didn't rub on reverse. Put the carbon fibre trimming over there. Put the spinners, this is BMW spinners on it. What else did I do? Kind of did the custom mud flaps, a little bit like the Tommy L Garage ones, but I just made them here at home. I put the Dynon X pipe in. I put a Daily exhaust valve controller. From an exhaust point of view, I also put Daily exhaust valve and Dynon X pipe. There's another mod coming up soon. As you can see by the fit, it's nice and flush, both front and back. Let's just open inside the car. I put the Fit Cam X dash cam, if you can see, both front and back. It's very hard to see with tinted windows. I put the yellow DRLs. I put the MST cold intake. I just painted that red, painted that. I've also got the Daler piggyback. I'm not sure whether you can see it through there, but there's a Daler piggyback in there. What else have I done? I think that's about it. And then recently, on Sunday, just gone, I just installed the new LCI steering wheel, which was pretty cool. I love it now. Some things to note. This ain't an easy job to do, first and foremost. Well, it depends on where you get it from, I guess, because the place I got it from was no instructions. Few things to note. I will hopefully do a video one day. Obviously I can't do it retrospectively, but if I do another one for somebody else, there's a couple of things to note. If you're doing this, that's your angles on both sides, that one and that one. Make sure if you're using a blade screwdriver that your blade is not flat. Go that way, and don't try not to go in towards that angle. Just keep it nice and square, if anything slightly towards you, because that was a little bit of a pain to get out. I thought it'd be easier. Some people seem to be doing it better than me. There's also on my particular car, because I've got the DAP, and make sure when you order it for the, if you have DAP, which is driver assistance package, that you have the provision, which I did. But one of the things they didn't tell me, which some of you may or may not know, is that there's a DAP module within here, and what that does is, when you've got cruise control and you're holding the steering wheel, if you don't hold the steering wheel for more than 30 seconds, it flashes and says, hey, you've got to hold the steering wheel. So I wasn't aware that wasn't required, and so therefore I was going to lose that feature or function, which of all the features and functions to lose is a good one to lose, because quite frankly I don't want to hold it every 30 seconds. But I retained all the M1, M2 functionality. I retained everything else in terms of paddles, and all the controls are as per normal. I've got the head steering wheel. Didn't have to do any recoding, anything like that. The only thing I lost was that. But it is pretty shit job to do. Out of all the jobs that I've done, it's probably the worst I've done. This pleasantly is nice and thick. My default was 40mm on the OEM steering wheel. On this one it's just a tad over 42, which I really quite like, because it just feels so much more sportier. Love the red stripe, love the flat bottom steering wheel, love the quality of the stitching, quality of everything about it is really good. So I cannot be happier so far. One thing I did fail to mention, I also put the carbon on the back there. I don't see it, but you know, whatever. Actually, what I'll do, I am doing an exhaust mod soon to come soon, so pretty pumped about that. But I also wanted to let you hear how the current exhaust sounds, and so you can listen to it. And so when I do the mod, you'll hear it afterwards. But here's the cold start, which will eventually be a warm start in the current format, which will be, just to reiterate, it's a Dyna X pipe with the Daler exhaust valve. This is it. And as you can hear, it's pretty good, pretty loud. And then you're going to hear, once the cold start stops, it'll come down pretty nicely. So a nice little rumble. I'll close the bonnet in the meantime, or you can just have a bit of a look. Actually, that's how quiet it is now. So that's a pretty cool tune. The car looks pretty sick. Good ride height, front and back. Engine bay needs a detail, that's for sure. But oh yeah, the other thing too I forgot to mention is one of the first things I also did when I first got it was I put a titanium protection over the oil cooler. So I actually have bought a new guard for that. It looks a bit nicer. It's not as functional as mine, so I'm going to have to do some mods to make it look good. So yeah, I've got those two mods, but I'm reaching out to you to basically say that's it. I've got no other things that I can think of that I want. But if you can kind of give me some tips of what might, whoops, I did not mean to do that. If you can give me some tips about suggestions that you have for me, let me know, leave them in the comments. Alright, adios.